6:52. We're on the street, on the air, and we're hanging out with two women kings. Chioma. Yes, let's get in there. I think your microphone's off. Now it's on. There we go. Fantastic. We can hear you.
Cool.
So, Nigerian South African actress, you made your film debut on a student film, Look Closer. This was released in 2017.
Yeah.
And you appeared on 3 episodes of the American-produced discussion show The Grapevine.
Yeah.
And you may also have seen her on AKA's famous video for the Kaifa song alongside Warren Masimola. Why do you throw your head back?
Oh, you're the bride.
Screaming. No, just because I feel like I took that off my CV like a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
it was once there, so the internet never forgets.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's part of your work.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
That was like the days that I was like, I feel like if I'm on a music video set, I'm going to make it in the industry. And it's like, that's not the channels you're supposed to be going through. But I'm thankful for those moments, and it helped me grow as an artist as well, being in the space, you know. Yeah.
So you were born here in Joburg, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you have mentioned that your mom's Xhosa, your dad's Nigerian. Would you say that you took more of your dad's genes? Because at 10 years old, you could already play piano. And your dad's in that space, right?
Well, my dad,
Not so much?
He played. No, he did. He was very artistic, but his career was more of a traditional corporate career. But he did play instruments, guitar.
Yeah.
He is an architect. He was an architect and everything. So yeah, I feel like I took after him in that sense. But as far as everyone always says I do not look like any of my parents. I low-key look adopted. You see them. So I don't know where I got the physical genes from, but yeah,
No aunts, no uncles.
no one actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But the artistic gene definitely came from him. Yeah.
Yeah. And also your acting career is still in its infancy.
Yes.
But already doing so many big things. I mean, Woman King is a huge thing. Absolutely. Silent clap. Yeah, definitely. You only started 4 or 5 years ago, but here you are already Woman Kinging with the likes of Viola Davis. You know, I mean, Thuso Mbedu.
Yeah.
She's one of our own pride and joys. And I love the pace of how her career is just like taken off, you know. What would you attribute your rise to? Is there anything significantly different that you've done?
Not really. I just feel like I'm someone who kept acting as my North Star. I've always done my research, and so I always knew, or I tried to be as informed as an actor and as a performer as possible. I went to many workshops if I wasn't in school, and I just kind of stayed true to my craft, and I feel like the rest followed. And I mean, even now, I just finished I wrapped up filming on Netflix's live adaptation of One Piece. It's an anime.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be coming out.
Are you a voice artist there?
Oh no, so it's a live action adaptation. So I play I play a character that's already established through the anime.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's coming out sometime like soon, like next year and onwards. And I'm really excited about that because I'm also proud of like where everything is going, even in this infancy of my career.
I like that. Masali.
Yes.
Baduza. Last born of 6 children, born in East London. Hey, the Xhosa Queens are doing things, eh?
Big things, like
The Xhosa Queens are doing things. I'm telling you. You're best known for your role on the London TV series Noughts and Crosses. And you were named a rising star and one to watch by the Royal Television Society. You trained at the Los Angeles campus of the New York Film Academy. That's already around where a lot of people go for their dreams, right? LA, I mean, it's the go-to place to realize those dreams of theirs. What did you already learn about the international side of the industry studying there? Is there anything specific and particular that you took away and you embedded it within yourself to say, this I'm going to hold on to?
Wow. I think for me, what I learned there is the power of community and how it is very important to work with your peers even after you graduate, to keep creating even when the jobs aren't coming, the auditions aren't coming, to keep creating with your friends. Keep your creative skills sharp. Yeah.
Masali, you're also on Tracker, right? On Mnet, and that did very well in 2019.
Yeah, I had a small role. I played Tapelo's wife, and that was like my first, introduction into the industry. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And you also did theater. Now, I'm curious, like, would you say both experiences, the TV, acting, and theater helped you nailing your Woman King role, or would you attribute it to more one of the other?
I think more so theater. I think in theater you get a discipline that you don't necessarily get in film and TV. In theater, you on stage for 2.5 hours. You have to be present fully, 8 days a week. 8 shows a week. You have to be there. So yeah, I think my training in theater definitely helped me with my Woman King audition, and also just finding the essence of Fumbe, my character in the Woman King. I found it through the research. I found it through my life experiences, and I don't think I would have gotten that had I not had training in theatre.
Yeah. You spoke earlier about having manifested this role and having had wanted to work with Viola Davis. What is it about Viola that stood out for you in comparison to many other actors and actresses? Because there's many.
Viola's very honest. And that is a quality that's very important in film. You can't pretend your way through a character. You can't pretend your way through the emotions, and you have to really feel and believe what your character is going through. So I really appreciate that with Viola, and she's very subtle and quiet with the way that she performs on set. I remember just being in a scene with her, I would just watch her, and I would forget that I also have a job to do.
Yeah,
just
you have
because
to
she's
perform.
so captivating. Yeah,
I like that.
How did it feel? Like, being on African soil with Africans, playing women warriors, which we hardly see, especially in Hollywood. Like, was it an emotional win, or to you guys, was it just another day at the office?
No, this is definitely an emotional win. It was, my first job was Noughts and Crosses. I'm also very new in my career, so I'm not used to seeing, I wasn't used to seeing so many black people at the forefront of a movie, let alone a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
It was a transformative experience, because you would think that this should be the norm for us in South Africa. This should be normal for us to see dark-skinned people at the forefront of our stories, telling our own stories. So I think, this project is very important because it allows young girls as well to see themselves on screen, which is something that I never had growing up. And I would really, I love that I'm a part of telling the story for young girls to know that they can one day work with the Viola Davis, with the Thuso Mbedus. You can do anything. You're not limited to, the area in which you were born and you grew up in.
Hey man, it seems like we are in the peak of high melanin season.
Amen.
Yeah.
We've been,
We've been. Like
Black Panther.
right now there's like such a big spotlight, and there's a big energy light that's radiating through and on high melanin human beings. And God, what a time to be black. 7:00. Artwork Sounds featuring Coco SA and Russell Zuma Wozamoya, 18 after 7 on the street, on the air. Kai 959. We are 959 Breakfast, starting their day on 959, just like you are, which we truly appreciate, trust me. Chioma, as well as Masali. So your guys' ambitions, if you were to lay them down in like literally the shortest answer you can give, think elevator pitch. So I'm a human being here with like, you stumble upon me in an elevator and I can literally change your life the minute we get out of that elevator, and we're only going 2 floors up.
This is crazy.
What are you selling me
This is crazy.
about you?
Go for it.
No. The pressure.
The pressure is getting worse.
The Women Kings are shy.
Can I tell you what I've learned about the elevator pitch thing, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever ready for an elevator pitch.
Well, the thing is, like, it depends what elevator pitch. Like, I'm ready for a show pitch. I'm ready for a career pitch, but
that is it. That's exactly it.
Pitch, I'm screaming.
That's exactly it. Chioma wants to do produce TV. Chioma wants to do this, that. Yeah.
So what's up? My name's Chioma Umeala. I'm an actor, writer, and producer. I have generational stories within me, and if you work with me, we're gonna be part of the renaissance of black creatives.
Renaissance of black Renaissance of black creators.
Girl, the pressure is getting worse.
Getting worse. Come on.
How do I follow that? Gosh, what would I say? Hey, girly pops. It's Masali here. How you doing? What do I want to, you know what, yes, Thuso and I were talking about this. We want to bring back rom-coms. Yeah. We want to bring back rom-coms.
Ooh, wow.
I feel like the genre has fallen off since, the early 2000s. So we want to do that. We're working on that. So, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I'm sold. I am sold. 2 floors in. There we go. I love it. So there's something about you, Masali, that is, it's not just about your physical aesthetic, which is quite spot on. You also have quite an Issa Rae energy about you.
Oh, that's my home.
Am I lying?
That's my home.
I don't think I'm lying.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I'm lying.
When Insecure came out, for saying that, like, she is my role model who I look up to in the industry, because I too want to have my own production company. I feel like being an actor is amazing and it's great, but there's not a lot of power in that. Being a producer, you get to create the stories. You get to tell the stories that you think need to be told. And I love her so much. I think she's so unapologetically her as well, which I strive to be all day every day. So thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Also, like, just to add to that, she also was able to show the range of blackness and what it means to be a black girl, you know, starting from awkward black girl to Insecure. She said it's okay if you don't fit the archetype. This is also valid. This is also real. And that's real. Like, I love that about her.
Absolutely. I like that. It's 21 minutes after 7. We're going to quickly go to traffic with Saul and still come back with Saul. I think he's dying to ask you guys something, if I'm not mistaken. I think he is. Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Of course. Yeah. Hey man, these are the girls that starred alongside Thuso, Mbedu, Viola Davis, Woman Kinging. They're in their mid-20s, and I can guarantee you, as much as you may manifest things all you want, nothing ever truly prepares you for the moment when you are living the life you prayed for. How are you feeling? I know we've asked you this.
It's surreal, honestly. And you know, when you move, sometimes you feel like when you get what you want, it's going to be a fairy tale. And honestly speaking, it isn't. It's you take in those moments, the blessing that it is, right? But at the same time, I call it upgrading problems. You know, it still comes with challenges, and you have to now brace yourself for the new challenges. But that means you're growing as a person, and that means you deserve to be in that space, because if you can survive those challenges, it means that you can move on to the next and the next biggest and the next greatest. And so it's a blessing, but it's also a lesson. You know, that's how it feels.
Beautiful.
Ladies, you're both on Woman King, and I just noticed now on Twitter, on your profiles, both of you have declared your pronouns, right? She, her. What's the importance of that for you to put it out there, your pronouns?
I think it's, you can't assume people's pronouns. So you have to state them from the beginning, because I mean, I can't relate, but I can only imagine how terrible it must feel to be misgendered, and also to feel like you were born in the wrong body. I think all I can do as an ally is support. And I think putting your pronouns there just so people know how to address you is very important.
Yeah, it's like you normalize the language of it, because there are a lot of people who also beyond feeling like they don't fit the gender that they were born into, they look gender ambiguous by birth. You know, we have a lot of local stars that even, you know, that fit that description. And so if we normalize the practice of saying upfront, these are my pronouns, then we become inclusionary of people who don't necessarily fit into the binaries, you know.
Speaking of fitting into binaries, I mean, that leads me to thinking of, love, and how difficult it must be how difficult it must be to navigate love in this new age that we're living in, particularly if you are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, as you guys are mentioning, how important it is to respect, learn, and be an ally of that, which on the show, I mean, we live for that, you know. Yourselves, where love is concerned, do you find it difficult to navigate through love? As you have put your pronouns out there, you are she, you are her. As a she, her, are you struggling with love? Do you find it easy? Are you trusting in love or not?
I think this year I've learned how to trust myself more. And I don't think I'm struggling in love, but I'm definitely learning to love myself more and put myself first. That's my motto for 2022. So, I have a lot of love in my life, and I'm very blessed for that. But I'm focusing on self-love.
Not dating love.
Not right now. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, personally for me, I've been in a long-term relationship for a while now. I mean, long-term. But I'm a part of the LGBTQ plus community. And I will say, finding love with the same gender, it can be tough, because there are a lot of... there was a lot of repression that I went through, because it's harder to express love openly without getting without a stigma attached to it.
Or a backlash.
Or a backlash. And so I guess I've just been lucky in the straight department, I guess, because that's the norm, and that's it's easier to sort of navigate those relationships. There are rules for those relationships. We spoke about rom-coms.
Yeah.
Like there are rules that like how a guy and a girl date, but there's not so much that information for any other sort of
same-sex
relationships. Yeah.
You have a Nigerian dad, so like, how difficult is it telling a Nigerian man that you're part of, the LGBTQI community?
I didn't. I did not tell him. I told my mom, but like she never took it seriously because again, I am in a long-term relationship with a man. So, it's like, you're bi, but not really, because at least at least you just,
Are you still in that relationship?
I am, yes.
Does he know?
Yes, he knows.
And how are you navigating this? So are you bi?
Yes. So I'm in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah. And at any time it can change.
Well, no, because it's just like if you were in a relationship with somebody, let's say a heterosexual relationship, it doesn't mean that now another man's going to come by and your eye's going to turn. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a commitment thing,
it's a commitment
right?
thing.
Choice.
So it just means my dating pool is a little bit more open than others, but it doesn't mean that because I'm a monogamous person, if I was dating a girl, I'd be as committed to her, and if I was dating a guy, I'm as committed to them.
Okay.
Your eye doesn't wander, or you don't just leave a relationship just because now I want.
You've got options.
We all have options. There's so many men in this world for women to date. It doesn't mean that they're all like now jumping to the next guy just because of that.
Absolutely. I mean, I like the way you unpack it. I like the way you educate us on it. It's very clear. It's not confusing, and it's not forced.
Thank you.
I suppose it's in you, right? It is in you. And I personally would love to hear more of you speak on these matters, given the platform that you've been blessed with.
100%.
Because it's a world stage, it's a global stage. And I think when you are blessed with a global stage, the responsibility is to use yourself as a vessel, or allow yourself to be used as a vessel to drive messages that have great social impact. And this, just in that, the few seconds that you spoke now, very impactful. Very, very impactful.
Thank you so
It's
much.
7:31. We're headed to the news desk. We do not say goodbye to them. They're still with us. We are starting our day on 959. Hey, man. The most beautiful thing right now, they're in their mid-20s. Life is so different for them. So bright. I like it. Yeah. Our black coffee back in the days of Zakes Bandwini and them.
When they were still friends.
Yeah, when they were still friends. It's called Juju. The fact that they made a song called Juju, the Juju got in between them. It's the Juju, Papa. It's the Juju. 7:44. Hey, man. So here we are, ladies. Thank you very much for starting your day on 959.
It's honestly a pleasure.
In parting, I mean, you've seen Thuso Mbedu. You've worked with her, obviously. I mean, you've had lengthy conversations with her, and, we've seen her being nominated for Emmy Awards while still in SA, before even going abroad to go and, make a mark for herself that side. She had already started here at home. Having worked with her on the set of Woman King, what do you have to say about her influence on you, her career, and possibly anything else like her charisma that you are going to take away? Because, I mean, we draw inspiration from each other, right? Each one teach one. In different ways we teach each other.
Yeah. Thuso is a very genuine person. I mean, I admired her before I worked with her on this movie. And when my TV show came out, we didn't know each other, but she sent me a DM just saying, congratulations, I'm so excited for you and your career. And I said, girl, we're going to work with each other one day. Lo and behold, we get together on The Woman King. And so it just felt like a really full circle moment for me. And she is about bringing up young South African actors and actresses with her. She's all about taking us along with her on her journey, on her ride. And also, she said something really powerful the other day. She said, the talent is here in South Africa, We have Chioma, we have,
Masali.
we have Masali, but all we need is the opportunity to show the world what we have, and it's here and we have it. And so, so Thuso is honestly one of the most genuine people that I've ever met.
I like that.
So full of integrity, honestly. She, even like just watching her as an actor, she's so honest in her acting. She's so focused in her acting. And that is a lesson to me because like I'm also very new in this industry, and so like watching her and watching how she conducts herself made me want to be that way, that kind of person on set, that kind of actor on set, that kind of human on set. And I just want to echo what Masali said about her bringing people up. She really is about that. Like she doesn't just talk as she does it, There are so many opportunities, like in small ways and in big ways, that like I've had the privilege of being or receiving because of Thuso's generosity and her integrity. And so, she really does walk the walk, genuinely.
Very quickly, did you guys manage to sneak in Ivenek Nyana on Woman King, Xhosa Nyana, Zulu?
No, because the story is about it's set in West Benin. We went there. It's not us. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not a Xhosa narrative.
Yeah.
But no, by time that Hollywood sometimes does that. A movie would be based in Egypt, and then it was like a small.
Yeah, I think just because we want to serve the story. Obviously, we're not from that country, and so we don't want to.
Fair enough.
Even just because of that, we want to be as honest to the people as possible. So I mean, I'm Nigerian and a lot of the accents in this film were West African sounding, but I also knew not to throw in Igbo-isms because that's too specific of a West African accent compared to the way where the film is set.
And I think that's the discipline about being an actor, right? You don't personalize things. You may draw inspiration from personal experiences, but the discipline is knowing what the story is about, where it's set, where it's plotted, and where the narrative is going. So I like that for you professionally. So guys, thank you so much for starting your day on 959.
Thank
you guys are amazing. You're going to do absolutely amazing things. The queen of the beehive. I put you back on your throne.
Thank you.
I dethroned her off air at the beginning of this conversation. I gladly put you back on your throne. Thank you so much.
Thank
you may
you so much
continue
for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. All the best. Godspeed. Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.